Well, I'm heading home a bit early um, because this morning my mother noticed that the garage um, the, well, wasn't closed probably during the night properly. It was about almost a feet open. So I called the company, but yeah, seems to be a question of calibration. And so yeah, they have to come, but they didn't make it today, so they will come tomorrow. But yeah, so at home my mother and sister are afraid to be in the house with the garage that bit open. So yeah, so I can't come home by darkness, because then yeah, it's dark. So well, I'm not worried too much, because yeah, last night I did sleep with the window completely open. Well, any window in my bathroom or bedroom was completely open last night. So but yeah, well, so but well, there is security, I'm sure. But yeah, but yeah, so okay. But I go home, and tomorrow I have electricity control of the new electricity at the office. So that's planned for tomorrow afternoon. But at noon, my brother planned a video conference with the guys who want to rent a restaurant. So and yeah, I'm a bit nervous about it. I have my point of view, but yeah, I'm curious what they will come up with, because after all, it's me who has to sign. And those leases for restaurants, they are like, you are bound for 36 years. So I find that quite a long time, and I want it to be a clear agreement, and but well balanced and fair. And so, well, besides the agreement, an important part of a rental agreement is the choice of the tenant. But in this case, we had no choice. He proposed himself by the previous candidate. Well, the previous tenant said, I'm not gonna put the restaurant, but this guy is going to do, and he will take over the rent. But well, during 6 months they have been telling us that, but then yeah, they said no, it's not really, because from a legal point of view they can do that, but not in their case. So once you have a restaurant and you find somebody who wants to take it over, well, you can force the landlord to accept him as a tenant. So that's quite a strange situation, if you ask me. I've known a guy so he had a huge restaurant, and in a very prime location. So and well, I think he owned it maybe 20 or 30 years, and during that time he had something like 25 companies renting the restaurant, and each time they went bankrupt. And whatever you owe, whatever they owe you, well, the new tenant, which is forced upon you, is not bound by well, he has to pay the rent from the moment he takes over, but the rent which is behind, they don't have to pay. So that's why they switched it 25 times, something like that. It's ridiculous, but yeah, it's like that. So but yeah, we will see. I'm not too worried about that, because that would be guaranteed by the brewer. So, but yeah, my father and brother let the bill to put it in a casco condition grow quite extensively, and the tenant will do the renovation. So I'm a bit afraid if he uses the wrong kind of glue, and the things he renovated need a new renovation quite soon, not after 36 years. And he starts complaining. He did some reports about the building which were completely false, and we never noticed, but I noticed, but we didn't tell him it's false. We always stayed polite, but I have my ideas about those things, and so I don't want to do a renovation for that guy. I don't want to do it. I don't trust him. If he complains, it's a disaster. So, but I found a reasonable solution, and so that is that. Okay, so all he asked for, he gets. Until my brother put a limit to that. So we end up with probably 250,000 something plus. Too much in my eyes, but yeah, who cares? And so, but I will make him, because casco, you are not responsible for the inside, but normally you are responsible for the outside. But as he was going to put the outside in a perfect condition, according to my brother, I would like him to do that, but then when there are complaints about the front of the building, now he's complaining, it's leaning a bit. It's a 450-year-old building, what do you want? It's leaning a little bit. The Tower of Pisa is leaning too, so he wants to put everything straight. Okay, so he wants to do work in the basement. It's 450 years old, but he's gonna make it all better. Well, if you claim to do that for us, okay, but if afterwards there is a problem, don't complain to us, because you did it yourself, the walls. So if you do those walls, okay, but I mean, it's a tiny property, and it's a huge cost. So I think it's reasonable to say he can't complain about the place anymore. So just what he needs to do is pay the rent, and that would be guaranteed by the brewer. So in my opinion, ideal situation, because great location, they will always renew the rent, and as long as the rent is guaranteed, and the renovation, I mean, he gets money. And from a tax point of view, I would always say, we paid the bills in the beginning of the contract. He put the not casco, the casco, the walls, and the floors, he put everything straight, but painting the front wall, it's gonna be his expense, and so that is my idea. And because also the wall, it's a monument, so you get 40% of the cost, or something, I don't know exactly, as renovation bonus if you renovate the wall or the roof, because of the historical property. So, and also you can put scaffolding with advertising, and it seems to bring in always a lot more money than what the renovation costs. So the governments pay you to renovate, and you get a tax reduction of 40% on the rental income. But the only thing, the benefits for the tenant, what would it be if they tax that extra in my income tax as a fictional tax? But I have never heard that happening. So I hope, but they should all fine-tune it and make sure it's formulated in a good way. And then of course I noticed, I wanted to go quick now, but they always wait. the company who wants to rent it, their representation is not valid. So they need to appoint a board of directors, publish it, do all those things. And so, yeah, we will see. It's, yeah. So that's tomorrow, Thursday, and then Friday, well, we'll see. Friday, August 14th, 2020. And I'm getting on the big highway now. It's after 7, so on this piece you can do 120 km/h, and after a while, a short drive, you can do 130 km/h in Holland, and then from the border with Belgium, it's again 120, because that's the maximum in Belgium. I don't think there's gonna be much traffic, and yeah, I'm going up and down all the time. Yesterday there was some panic because well, on one day I was busy with the contract, and yeah, Saturday, Sunday was too busy to come to the coast, but I could Tuesday on Wednesday. Well, I had suggested to go camping, but my sister panicked, and with Corona it's completely forbidden.